Hi everyone, how you doing? Stuart here. It's a nice day. We're in the garden. I've got the sunnies on. It's spring. You can hear the birds chirping if you listen carefully, and dogs barking. Today we're going to be looking at idioms or expressions that contain the word bird. Okay, now the first one we're going to look at is a bird in the hand. A bird in the hand. The expression is a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Now it doesn't literally mean that you have a bird in your hand or that there's two in the bush. No, what it means is that you have more of an advantage with what you have now than you would have with something that you might or might not have in the future. Okay, so let's say for example you have a situation where you have an advantage and you're thinking of maybe giving it up and going to another situation, maybe a job. So let's say you have a good job, you're thinking of getting another one, but you don't really know what that job's going to turn out like, so you decide to stay with the first job. So a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Better to stay with what you know than go to something where the future maybe is uncertain. Okay, so a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Now the second one we're going to look at is bird brain. Now if somebody calls you a bird brain, it means you've got a tiny little brain. You're a bird brain, all right? Bird brain. It's an insult. So if you're walking down the street and somebody says, hey, bird brain, they're insulting you. Bird brain. Now the next one is as free as a bird. Now as we can probably tell from this expression, as free as a bird means that you're incredibly free. You have no restrictions. You've got no ties. Perhaps you're not married. You've got no girlfriend or boyfriend. You're as free as a bird. The next one, bird's eye view. Bird's eye view. Now if you've got a bird's eye view of something, you've got a fantastic view of it. Again, you're at a football game. You're watching the players, you've got a bird's eye view. It means you have a fantastic view. You've got the view that a bird would have. And imagine that a bird is sitting up there, it's looking at me, it has a bird's eye view. The next one, birds of a feather. Birds of a feather flock together, or birds of a feather stick together. And what this means is that people with common interests, or people with the same interests, find each other. So maybe you have a hobby and the friends that you have that same hobby, so birds of a feather stick together. It means that you find people with the same interests as you. The next one, early bird catches the worm. Early bird catches the worm. So imagine this little worm coming up and this bird, bang, taking the worm. What it means is that if you get up early or if you are first to something, you have an advantage, or technically you should have an advantage over other people. So the early bird, the person who gets up early, or the person who gets into something first, or the person who arrives first, has an advantage. So the early bird gets the worm. The next one, to kill two birds with one stone. Now you're not literally killing two birds if you're throwing a stone at them. If you kill two birds with one stone, you solve two problems with one attempt, let's say, okay? So let's say for example you go to the supermarket, and next to the supermarket there's a chemist, and you need to buy groceries, and you also need to buy some medicine. So I'm just going to go down to the supermarket, and while I'm there I'll kill two birds with one stone and I'll buy some medicine as well. So you kill two birds with one stone. You solve two problems with one solution. The next one is a little birdie told me. So maybe you're talking to somebody and you say something that the other person didn't think that you knew, and they say, how did you know that? And you say, a little birdie told me. Okay, a little birdie. Now the last one is to give or flip somebody the bird. Now the bird is a really serious insult in English-speaking countries, especially where I come from. If you give somebody the bird, or if you give somebody the finger, you go like that, all right? So basically you tell them where to get off, you go and tell them where they can go. Basically you just want to insult them at a pretty high level, so you give them the bird. Now don't get offended, I'm not giving you the bird, I'm just telling you what it means, so don't get upset with me. Thanks a lot for watching. If you have any comments, just leave them in the section below and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Have a good day. Bye.